On today's episode of the Beyond Kicks podcast, we're talking about the return of one of Nike's most popular silhouettes ever.
Private selection ruining early pairs.
And at the end, we'll be diving into some of the spiciest upcoming releases.
So, let's do it.
Whoop, whoop. Get it?
Yes, sir. Here we are. We are back and better than ever. I'm not going to lie. I just ate not even a lot. I just had some Chick-fil-A, and I feel like I'm about to explode. It wasn't even a lot of Chick-fil-A. I'm just stuffed. So I'm like a little lethargic, but we're going to truck through this, and it's going to be perfect. What you been up to? Anything noteworthy?
Just working. Just grinding out some Power Lodge videos and trying to sell some pontoons and stuff, man. We have a Sea-Doo Switch demo coming up, so I've been preparing for that. And then tomorrow I'm going up northern Minnesota and outing for some rental promotions. So I'll be whipping around some Polaris Generals, which will be pretty fun. And Abby gets to come up too. So yeah, that. And then on the shoe front, just got some more slides in for the comfiest slides. I got the custom wedding shoes came in.
Oh, really?
Got them in. Yep.
Nice. Who did those again?
6
HVND?
months in the making. So, what was that?
Who did those again? HVND?
HVND. Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep.
You'll have to send me some photos or
I'll send you a
don't, and it can
picture.
just be a surprise. I mean, I'm good either way.
That could be
but
too. Yeah,
I'm
you'll be
curious.
So,
That's sick,
but yeah,
dude.
it's been light. Otherwise, we kind of got the office set up. I know I've said this a few times, but yeah, kind of getting it figured out. If you're on YouTube, you can kind of see everything, but we got some more lights
I like
over
it.
there too.
I was about to say, that looks good. It's a never-ending process. There's always something else that you want to add. So I think it's at a good spot. At least you finally have a photo on the wall. That's more than I can say. I just have everything else except photos. It's the one thing, because I typically get, where do I get them? I get all like my photo frames from, which one is it? Hobby Lobby? Because they'll do like buy one, get one free frames, or like, 60% off frames. And that's when I buy them, and they just haven't been on sale. So I'm like, okay. Because let alone the studio, we have so much wall space in the living room and the bedroom. And I'm like, okay, we're going to need like 20 frames. So I'm like, I got to wait for a good sale Yeah, it's so bad. The wall is just huge in the living room. So trying to figure that out. But one step at a time. We're moving on through.
The picture frames, what have you been up to?
Dude, I've just been busy. I think I've finally reached like influencer status, because I feel like every day there's just a package waiting at the door. And I'm like, oh, that's how this is. It's cool. So
It's not going to stop, I'll tell you that. It's been going for a year and a half on my side, and I already know
realized
people
that.
at the new place pretty well.
Yeah.
Some packages and stuff.
It's just crazy. And I got to get used to checking our actual mailbox, because I'm not used to having to like drive to it, because my old apartment, it was right outside. I could just walk there. And now I just forget about it, because all the big stuff shows up at the door, smaller stuff to the mailbox. So I finally drove down there today, and there was like 3 packages in there as well that have probably been there for the past week. And I was like, oh crap, I got to jump on this. But aside from that, there's like 5-6 videos that I'm just waiting to do for stuff that I need to review. So I'll get there eventually. But yeah, it's just, life's been busy. So if you're listening and you're still waiting for me to review your stuff, it'll be there. It'll come one day. Trust.
It's reviewing everything now.
It's fun. I really like reviewing products more than I thought I would, because that's something I never really did until recently. And I just think it's cool. I have a lot of fun with it. But aside from that,
reviewing products is it's a great thing, because you keep the product the main focus, and then you basically avoid burnout, because you don't have to work on a little bit, but like it's not a vlog where you have to worry about like what's the subject today. You already have
it's so much better.
So
Just do a little bit of research on the website, give a little personal flair to it, use it, and then it's good to go. Writes itself. So that's been a lot of fun. I got SneakerCon this weekend in Chicago that I'm super stoked for. Second SneakerCon I've been to. First, where they're actually inviting me out.
Traveling.
So that was cool. I'm freaking amped. Already been talking to.
Definitely on the influencer status.
Yeah, we're moving on up the ranks. It's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. So
Hey,
I don't know who
love
else
to
is
see it.
really
I
going to
invested
be
early
there.
into your creator career.
You really did. You really did. And it's amazing. Really appreciate that. You know that. So trying to figure out, I guess, who all is going to Chicago. I know Z Sneakerhead Z is. We've been talking a lot, just trying to plan hanging out. I know Nick Wilson's going to be there. Few other, yeah. So I've been talking to him about meeting up and hanging out. I don't really know who else is going to be there. I'm just going to show up and see.
DJ is going to be there. Romy's going to be there. Some of the OGs.
Nice. So
Blazonary is going to be there, I believe. He was kind of iffy on it, but
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And then the end of this month, going to Got Soul Atlanta, which will be fun as well. Very excited. I just DM'd them. I was like, I want to go. And they were like, here's a flyer. Post it on your story. We'd love to have you. And I was like, okay. Doing that. I didn't sign anything with not Sneaker Knockers, but SneakerCon. So I'm like, I'm just going to do whatever.
No, I was surprised to see that, but then I was like, oh, it's like Atlanta. That makes sense. So
yeah, I'm like, why wouldn't I? I mean, they're not flying me out.
Unless they're paying you, there's no reason to be exclusive, because I've realized that with so many brand deals over the last 6 months with literally like even be doing with, I won't say the company, but I had a major sneaker cleaning company hit me up today that's not Rejuvenator that wants to work, and I can't until August 1st. And I've had that with eBay. I had that with the Air Movie deal. So it's if they're not paying you a good chunk to be exclusive, then do not do it.
Exactly. It just doesn't make sense. It's like, how am I benefiting from being exclusive to you? Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
So God Soul will be cool.
I'm
trying to think who else is going to God Soul. I know Kais is going. A few friends from Atlanta, Spencer Cross, TA Vlogs. I think Lil Baby's going to be there, so that's my goal. I just want to hang out with Lil Baby and get a photo with him because he's like my favorite rapper. So I'm like, okay. They've been hinting at it, so I'm like, please, that would be cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, outside of that, I'm trying to think. Nothing else really. Just been really busy at work. It's been finally picking up because the first like 3 or 4 months have been very slow, and now it's actually all starting to happen at once. So, of course, that's happening at once. Content's picking up more, and I'm like, okay, so I have no free time. Great. This is fun. So, just trying to balance the two, but just living life, man. Just living life. But enough of that. If there's anything else you want to catch up on,
no,
or we
got
can just dive
a ton
into
of
some
stuff
sneakers.
to cover. We have 10, 11 different things we got to talk about. So we kind of hinted at it in the intro, but there's actually been quite a bit of stuff since last week. So I'd say we just get right into it, right?
Yeah, which is surprising. I feel like there's been weeks in the past where there's nothing, and then the past like 3 or 4 weeks have just been news after news after news after news. So,
which
I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, they're my like shoes coming out this week video that I did. There was 16 pairs coming out this week.
The second I heard you say that, because you said that in the video, right? You were like 16 pairs.
Yeah, it was and there's like, we'll talk about one pair that's dropping, but like all the others are just GRs, but it's like interesting, but yeah.
Yeah. There's only so much you can do with all the random GRs coming out, but cool. First thing on the list, we pretty much called this last episode. There is going to be no Travis Scott SB restock, which thank God, because in my opinion and yours as well, it just seemed so lazy. Like, why would you restock this? I don't know, but I think it was Z Sneakerhead Z that finally debunked it. Do we know why rumors started circulating? Was it just like some blog picked it up.
Yeah, I think you can kind of have some predictions about it. I would say, I think what probably happened and what I was kind of thinking would happen the whole time was there's probably another Travis SB on the way, and people were just like, somebody started it where it's going to be the restock, which obviously we could have seen that from a mile away that was not going to happen. But I think it just caught up in the rumor mill, and then once one person started talking about it, they all did. So, I mean, yeah,
It's fascinating. The only reason
it's
I thought
wonderful.
it was even remotely true, I was watching one of Harrison Neville's more recent videos. I don't remember which one it was, but at the end he was talking about he was on Goat or StockX or one of those, and I think it was StockX because you can actually see like the purchases. And for some reason on the Travis SBs, there has been just a large number being sold on StockX recently, and they've all been like sold for the same price. It was like 861 or something like that. They were all sold same price, all sold from I think to the same buyer and all like, the same location. So he was like, "Why is this?" It kind of seems like someone got a large shipment of legit Travis SBs and was just dumping them and buying them up. So I don't know, but that was kind of the main reason where I was like, maybe this is true, but that was like the only thing that was
Yeah,
really
that's
convincing to me.
interesting.
So I don't know. I'd have to dig into that, but I am super curious to see what the new SBs look like because there is a large number of Travis Scott sneakers in the pipeline. At least there's
Oh yeah,
what, four, five, six, especially with Utopia releasing like right around the corner. They're just going to start rolling them
hmm
out because it's been pretty quiet for months now. What was even
hmm
the last Travis Scott sneaker?
olives,
Yep, you're right. Aside
the
from
olive
that, yeah,
lows,
that's
which was
true.
supposedly the only the last Jordan one to ever release, but that can segue us very nicely into our next topic because that has
Exactly.
been debunked. We are getting a Jordan 1 low golf shoe, which I remember in this pop. We've had, like, aside from shoes, we've had kind of a bunch of crazy news come out in the last, like, week. We had
Hmm.
the golf shoe, Travis Scott. He doesn't even really golf, which that was, like, wild. It's like Travis Scott strapping a golf shoe. Crazy. We had the totally off topic, but we had the Apple Vision Pro. Seth and I were watching WWDC yesterday, watching the live stream, like chatting about how crazy and like groundbreaking that is. And then this morning we had the PGA Tour and Live are
Hmm.
combining, so it's like the Travis shoe kind of like set it off. But like this is, I couldn't be more happy. I mean, everyone. I would hope you know that I golf because I talk about it quite a bit, post about it quite a bit. Like I don't have any Jordan golf shoes right now because the fours are really uncomfortable. They're super heavy. They're bulky. You don't want to wear fours for 4 hours walking 6 miles. They look cool,
Seriously.
but they don't work. The Air Maxes I've never liked. They just something about it they don't get right. The ones, the lows are kind of weird, but these I need a pair of these. The
It's
problem is that these
definitely
are going to
definitely a
resell
huge
for a
shoe.
ton because yeah, no, I mean they're going to be reselling for a ton because it's the way that they do spikes on the Jordan 1 lows. You could wear them just on the street, so
Hmm.
that's the only problem.
Which is so
But
funny because I see it's like so weird. Every time I'm out, I see at least one Jordan 1 low or high golf shoe. Just someone just wearing it at the Brave Stadium or the Battery, just walking around. Because it's always like not an
yeah, you can
obscure
do that with
colorway. Yeah, but it's like different. So it catches your eye and you're like, oh, wait, what? And then you see him walk by and you're like, oh, you're just wearing a golf
exactly.
shoe. Interesting. Okay. So I know for a fact I'm going to be seeing so many just random civilians, non golfers, just
Oh yeah,
walking around with these, like just, treating them like they're a regular Travis Scott. Because, I mean, they really are. I mean, it's just a little bit of a thicker outsole, right? Like it's not insane.
Yeah, no, I mean it's just instead of like the back part being flat, like
Hmm.
the back like line,
Yeah.
it's like they're jagged, so they're just like it's not a big difference at all. You could totally wear them on the concrete, you would have zero issues. So, I mean, you're definitely
Interesting.
going to be seeing a lot of these. It's just we know they're frauds because they should be on the golf course, but it is what it is.
Yeah. There's only
Maybe
so
this will
much
be
you
the
can do with those
first
people.
Travis Jordan 1 low that I hit for retail. Maybe it's just meant to be.
For some reason, I feel like I saw that the stock numbers were going to be really high, but that doesn't really make
Well,
sense because why would I guess they do a lot of stock on a golf shoe and not on a regular shoe, but maybe I just misread
who
some
knows?
article. So
Yeah.
we're going to find out. Do we have any information on when these are supposed to release? I'm assuming before the end of the year, if I had to guess, because I feel like they're just going to be flooding us with
I don't
shoes
think
after
we do
Utopia.
yet. No. No, who knows? Hopefully
Expected in
soon.
2024.
Is that what it says?
Yeah. So
Yeah, kind of a bummer, but who knows?
tracks, something to add to your list. But those are
Yep.
definitely a Winona shoe. I'm excited
Oh,
for
I
you.
need them.
I think it's sick.
Speaking of
Um,
Winona shoes, I think these are a Seth shoe. The
which
new New
ones?
Balances that we are going to talk about next here. The Amine 610s. I just saw you posted about
Oh
them.
yeah.
Are you
I think they're
liking these?
super cool. I don't
Can
know
you
if I could pull
describe
them
them
off. They're a
a
little
little bit?
crazy. So it's the what's the model? The 610. It was designed by the same person. I think you said it was Asparagus is her name or
Asparagus
handle
something on
on
Instagram. Yeah.
Instagram. It's the same designer who actually did the 2002R and maybe the 1906 model as
Mm-hmm.
well. I'm not too sure about that, but it looks like more of a hiking shoe. A lot of the earlier colorways I really liked. Retail price I know was like really low. It was like 120 or something like that, maybe even lower. But it's more of a tech hiking shoe. And this model specifically, or this colorway, I think is just fascinating. So it's a yellow mesh base with patent leather brown overlays with little, I don't know what those are, like on the toe box, little like kind of gel pads.
Yeah, they just look like they're enclosed with some sort of green and yellow.
Yeah, some little reflective accents
Yeah,
to it. The pair is based on, oh, I didn't even know his face was right there. I wonder if that's on the, I
photo. No, I think
wonder if
that's a
that's like photoshopped.
reflection.
Has to be. That's crazy. One of the back panels in this photo we're looking at has his face kind of looks like it's reflecting off of it. So I can't tell if it's actually on the shoe or not. I feel like it's just
Yeah,
a
I think it's a
reflection.
marketing asset because we can see it up here too.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, brown and yellow all over the shoe. A cool little hit to it on the side is one of the little bubbles is actually filled with a liquid and it has these three bananas kind of just floating around in it. So I think it's
Oh, that's
kind of
cool.
cool. Yeah, I don't know if it's a pair I would ever wear. I definitely wear it hiking,
It's
but
growing on me the more I look at it.
everyday use. I'm just not a big fan of patent leather. I think it's kind of just a little too flashy
Does
for
not
me.
age very well,
It
especially in a
doesn't.
hiking shoe.
Exactly. I mean, I guess it'd be easy to clean, but if you scuff it, I mean, it's kind of game
Yeah,
over. But
not
I don't
great.
know. I think it's pretty cool. I think they are supposed to release this summer, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're a fan of hiking shoes or Amine or bananas, there you go. It's going to be an easy pickup for you. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about with the banana right there. I think it's super,
Hmm.
super little unique touch. But let's dive into this one. I'm really excited to talk about. So Nike is bringing back one of their most popular models, I would say, of all time, with how big these were in the 2010s, probably like 2010 through, or not 2010, it was probably like 2013 to 2016 or something like that. The Nike
Hmm.
Roshi Run. is returning, apparently in 9 colorways. I think this is late in 2023. Yeah, that's what it says right there. So, what do you think about this? I know for the past few episodes, we've kind of been talking about what we think Nike's next big step is. And we've used this verbiage. What is their next Roshi run? And it turns out their next Roshi run is the Roshi run. So, what do you think about this?
I could care less. I've never been a Roshi fan. I had a pair when I was growing up. I got wider feet. They just don't fit me very well. I don't wear Easy 350s, and that's like the evolution of the Roshi, sort of.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, I won't be grabbing any. I've never been hot on the Roshi. I know everyone was, but I was wearing like ZigTech Reeboks at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Those are sick though. Yeah, I never.
I'm assuming you're buying a couple of pairs.
I don't think so. They kind of look like it's just outdated to me. It's too
Like
boring.
2010s, yeah.
Yeah, like there's no tech in it. It's just a, foam midsole with some overlays. Like there's just nothing really going on with it. The upper's kind of boring. I've only had one pair of Roshi runs, and funny story. So we were actually on spring break, Panama City, walking around the beach like late at night. Or this was probably like, 7, 8. Everybody had cleared out. And there was like a nearly brand new pair of Roshi runs just sitting on the beach. The water was about to come in and take them. And they were my size. I looked around. Nobody was on the beach. And I was like, well, I mean, if I don't take them, they're just going to be in the ocean. So I guess these are mine now.
Christmas to Seth.
So I picked them up and I was like, cool. I always wanted a pair of Roshi runs. So here we go. Got them for free. So if you're missing a pair of Roshi runs from Panama City Beach from 2015, sorry, you left them.
Do you still have the shoes?
I don't. I don't even know. I honestly probably just threw them away because I wore them into the ground because I was like, oh, I've always wanted these.
Yeah, at least you
so I
just wear out of it then.
Yeah, I beat them up, but never purchased a pair, but I've had a pair. So I always forget about that. I forgot about that until right now, actually. But there were some pretty cool colorways of the Roshi. I know there was like I think it was called Iguana, where it was like a sail midsole, green upper. Like those I thought were really sick, and I always wanted a pair. But aside from that, it's not it anymore to me.
No,
Hopefully
Nike's got to come out with the next thing. They can't just keep redoing the old stuff.
I know. Hopefully it appeals to the masses though and takes some of the pressure off, the releases that real sneakerheads actually want.
Yeah, I mean, at least they're self-aware that like they need to come out with the next thing because
True.
we just talked about it last week how they're having issues with possibly firing head executives of different branches of Nike because they need to come out with the next model and they're looking for somebody to do that. So yeah,
It's just crazy.
Roshi. I'm over it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see if they are going to be everywhere or if they're just going to be a flop. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Next topic. I just wanted to touch on this briefly. Private Selection ruined getting early dunks. And I don't even know how much of this I can even speak about, but I just thought it was funny. I got a text from, some of the guys at Sneaker Knockers, and apparently when Private Selection previewed the Crenshaw Skate Club dunks and got a lot of, backlash, them previewing that pair spiraled into that factory actually closing in China. They shut down the factory, and now every Nike SB factory has 10x'd their security, 10x'd everything. Like no pairs, quote unquote, are allowed to leave. Obviously, there's still going to be, a few pairs that get out here and there, but that's actually where we had our connection, I believe, at that factory. So I got word that we're probably not going to get any more dunks anytime soon. But I just thought that was crazy. I didn't know that. So, way to go, Private Selection. Congratulations. I don't know.
I remember that whole. I know you had it on the docket, and I was like, all right, now what's this about? Like, you obviously got some insider information. I remember this whole deal because it's tricky because I'm kind of both sides with it. Where I like the leak stuff, I like the early pairs. It could be strategically done where it's like you can build promo with it. I'm also on the side with Crenshaw. I don't know anything about the Crenshaw Skate Club, but Nike SB commented on. So what basically happened was they posted pictures of the Crenshaw SBs, like Seth just talked about, in the Nike SB Instagram account. Commented like, basically, screw off. Like, you guys ruined this for the Crenshaw Skate Club. They were gonna announce it, and then it's like, oh, like Crenshaw, I don't know anything about him. So then I went and followed them, and I'm like, okay, so like I can't get introduced to them by them. It's that connection's kind of ruined, and that's kind of what SBs are about. And so I'm pro both, which makes it tricky. But I mean, it just makes the whole deal messy. And so, with SBs, it's a bummer because that's like the cool shoes we get are SBs, at least recently and stuff. So I don't know. I'm mixed on it. The bummer that I saw with Private Selection was the route that they took was like, basically, F you, Nike SB, we can do whatever we want. And they were posting about it. And they've done this before with, what was it? They had the Orange Lobsters, the whole black band deal, where basically they were like, we know everything. Like, we can do whatever we want. And I guess that's not true. So, I don't know. It's good PR for them, but not good PR for them. I mean,
at the same time,
it's
two-sided.
I think of them as a disruptor in a sense. I mean, they could be edgy a little bit at times. They could be pushing the boundaries a little bit. They're always getting every early pair. That's kind of their thing. I know Scotty. I've been to their shop. I like everything they're doing. It's tricky because I'm pro story and details and like give the people their platform. That's why they're doing a collab with Nike. And I think it's good for them, but I'm also like, I don't know. It's tricky, but yeah, I mean,
it's just weird.
Your thoughts on it because it's a touchy one.
Yeah, because Nike and Jordan Brand, like I'm not saying they encourage, leaks, but they kind of do. Like, they don't really bat an eye at it. Like, oh,
you get a program. It's good PR for them.
Free press. Free photos, like Why wouldn't they? And then 6 months later down the line, they just have to release the official images. Like, that's it. They don't have to do any like fancy photos to promote the pair, aside from maybe like they don't even do like promo videos. Yeah, like that's it. But I mean, Nike SB obviously is like a little bit of a different entity from Nike, so they probably take it a little more serious because. Why wouldn't you?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, like I would too, especially if I was a smaller brand who just got a big deal with Nike. I'd be thrilled, and I'd be pissed if someone on the internet got them before I did. Why wouldn't you be?
I would be too. Yeah, I mean, if we did a collab and then it was like we couldn't tell our story first, and then it was introduced by somebody else first. It ruins that initial connection where it was like when Amine came out with the Amine 3s, I didn't know anything about the leaks. I just learned Amine, here's what they stand for. It's a women's shoe, like Amine, cool. And they've done everything else, and like now I have a perspective of Amine, and so Crenshaw
exactly.
I mean, eventually it'll get back to them, but it's just like that initial, like, first reaction to what is Crenshaw Skate Club all about is ruined. But I don't know. It is what it is.
The hype will build up whenever they finally release. So we'll figure it out. So. Next shoe on the docket. This one we just got leaked today. I posted it on my story as well. I'm really excited about it. I don't care what any of you guys say. This shoe is sick, and it's the New Balance Warped Runner. I don't know how to describe it. It has more of like an organic Yeezy kind of aesthetic to it. It has this one piece, I believe it's fuel cell midsole, that is super comfortable. I've
Okay.
personally never owned a pair of their fuel cell shoes, but I know they use it in a lot of their running shoes. I've, tried them on, held them, super squishy. So I'm super stoked for it. Kind of looks like it's going to be a like more ultra boost kind of like everyday, like this is your comfy shoe that you just slide on.
Kind of
Upper,
dad shoe looking too.
exactly. Keeping the New Balance name proud, but just spicing it up a little bit, giving it a little futuristic touch. But I don't know what it is. Something about it I just think is sick. It is a Seth shoe all day. But what do you think about these,
Yeah, I
Charlie?
can see you wearing these.
Right?
I'm out on them. They're giving me very like Silicon Valley, like tech nerd guy
True.
wearing them, like Seth build kind of. I don't see
Uh-huh.
like a Midwestern like I don't know. I don't know. I'm a New Balance guy, so I can say that too because it's kind of my own realm because I love New Balances and I wear them all the time. This is just like it's too sporty for me. Like the whole point of like a 2002R and I know this isn't a 2002R, but like
Yeah.
they look like protection pack's rougher. It's got a little thicker build. It's not a running. It could be used for running. It's not technically a running shoe. It's just like a lifestyle shoe. These are more on the sporty end, and I don't really have any of those because I don't run. I mean, look at me. I don't run on a treadmill or anything like that. I like the bike, but you can wear whatever for that. So
Yeah.
and I like the golf, but I don't run or anything, so I don't have any running shoes, and these look like running shoes. So
True.
I don't know. Some of the pictures, like the main photo up top, like colors look way better on that.
That photo
Like
makes
a
it look
gray
sick.
and white, a sail, and then
Yeah.
promo pictures like navy, white. So, like it's just not the
Yeah.
same.
It's not the
But
best photos. So, I mean, that first photo gets me excited. Obviously, we'll have to wait and actually see, what they look like. But it also looks like the suede panels are all one piece from the looks of it, I think. So, kind of cool.
yeah, appears
I think it's interesting. Something different, man. I just need something different. I love 2002Rs. I love the 1906, but it's like, okay, you keep on releasing colorways that are fairly similar. Some stand out. But it's like, I need something a little different.
I'm pro change. I'm all in on it. So I just
Pro
not that particular model. Like I'm all in. I keep coming out with new stuff, but running shoes. Man,
It's
we
what
can
the
pass
sneaker
on
game
those.
needs, dude. We just need more new stuff. Stop releasing
Yeah,
100
Nike's
different
trying to
colorways.
figure out. Speaking
Trying.
about new stuff, we got Trey Young, everyone's favorite basketball player. I'll talk about these. He's coming out with the Trey Young 3. It's kind of crazy looking. It looks like a topographical map on the midsole, almost maybe 3D printed. It's got like an ombre, like dotted fade up the side of it. It's got the Adidas stripes. It's got like a sock liner almost. There's a white and then there's a pink to yellow and black, like ombre pair. What are your thoughts of these? What do these look like to you?
I mean, obviously they look very similar to the shoe that basically ended the Yeezy deal with Adidas. Those, I don't even know what they're called, or the Adalite, whatever XYZ slide that they came out with the little topographical sort of map and
I got a pair.
different layers to it. You do? Of course you do.
Yeah,
You need to.
I got another pair for the slide review. I got them for $30. So
Really? Where'd you get them for $30? eBay.
their website, they're sitting for retail. They were on sale. The purple pair was like $30. Yeah,
They're only
I saw 'em
30.
at the
I
Mall of
actually thought
America.
they were more expensive.
$38.
Wow. I
The
see
slides
them.
are super cheap.
Yeah, they're sitting in the mall. I keep meaning to pick up a pair, but I got a pair of slide clogs coming from a company already that I'm really excited for. So I'm like, okay,
Can
I think
you
I'm.
tell us who they are?
Yeah, I'll talk. They're the dildo shoes, the Rose and Good Faith
Same.
ones.
I got a pair
Yeah,
of those coming
the
too.
pink
That's what I was
ones?
wondering.
Yeah, baby.
I don't know
I'm
what
super
color they are,
stoked.
but
I think if it's the newer ones, yeah, they're the pink. So hopefully shoot a fire review for those and then be like, can I have more? Send me another colorway. I'll wear the pink, but it's a little bit more difficult to wear.
To rock.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm super stoked for those, but as far as foam shoes, I don't even have any foam shoes. I've never had a foam runner, never had easy slides. So kind of excited. Definitely stoked.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Trae Youngs, they don't even really look like a basketball shoe, in my opinion. They kind of just look like a random trainer you would see sitting at Foot Locker.
Yeah.
But
the line between like basketball shoes and lifestyle shoes is getting very blurry. It used to be like
it is.
basketball shoe, high top, chunky, ankle support. Now they're like low top, quick, light, running shoe almost. So
Yeah.
I get what you're saying with that.
Especially that upper. Like, I mean, you have like the little fly wire coming up for the laces, and I mean, that's really it. Like,
Again,
there's
it's
not much to
sporty
it.
looking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like them though. I'm eager to see
not
what other
bad.
colorways they do, because they always do, like a peach themed colorway since he's in Atlanta. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. What else we got? Oh, this one was a bummer, man. Oh, this pair had so much potential. And I'm talking about the Air Jordan 4 Craft in the olive colorway. First off, these photos I thought were sick. With that backdrop, whoever FKZ sneakers, he's been popping up all over the place. These photos look sick. I know. Yep. First thing I saw. I was like, okay, so he
He's
doesn't
got, like,
know.
the shoes propped up on a stand, and that's like, of course, Seth and I realized that right away.
First thing I saw, I was like, he doesn't know how to Photoshop, but he knows how to take a photo. So
They know how.
whatever.
Yeah, they give us a really good look at every angle of the shoe. Yeah, just a bummer. It's the same as the Jordan 4 Craft that we have, but it's a darker olive on the paneling, and then the suede is like a lighter green, and then white midsole, gray outsole. Honestly, they're not bad. I mean,
From the back, they look really good. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, they're kind of growing on me, but I still have yet to get a regular pair of Crafts, and I like those more. So I don't think I'll be getting. I'm just to like.
You like the
point
original
where-
better? Interesting.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just to the point where like with doing wear tests, which new wear test starting this weekend. I got the
forgot about
Ritos are coming Thursday. So I'm pretty
Nice.
excited about that. But I'm to the point where the shoes behind me on the displays. Shout out Look See Designs. Good dailies. I got a few in the closet, like some beaters and stuff. But like, unless it's something like a really cool, like Travis Scott golf shoe, like, unless I'm gonna probably review it, but like actually have a personal that I'm gonna wear a bunch. Very fortunate. I got a bunch of stuff. I don't need anything else. And this is like one of those shoes that like could pass up and you would not blink an eye. Like you would forget about it. We'd talk about it in 6 months and you'd be like, oh, I remember when those dropped. Like totally forget about it. It's the problem that Nike's having right now where it's like there's nothing that's dropping right now that I need to have. Like I could have it. Like the next shoe that we're going to talk about, I think it's next. I have coming. Like I want it. But like there's not like a... Like the Lost and Founds, I still have yet to get a pair. Like I need to have a pair of those. The like, I like remember when Yeezys first came out, and it was like, man, I need the next 350 because then I'm like the cool guy. Like if I have the next like the Zebras, or when the V2s dropped, it was like, oh shit, like this is it. Like the next shoe, everyone's going crazy, camping out. These will pass up. Nobody will care. It's just. I don't know. It'll happen. We're gonna have the podcast we're gonna have a game plan on how long this is gonna go, but hopefully for a lot of years to come, and hopefully we at some point reach the point where that next shoe has arrived instead of like the Roshi's coming back or something like that. So
I'm
I
excited
don't
for
know.
that.
Jordan 4 Olive Craft,
Man.
good photos, but
I honestly prefer this over the original for some reason. I just like the darker colorway, but I don't know. If it was just an original 4, these would be sick, but it doesn't do it for me. But back to what you were saying about like the hype back when Yeezys were like super hyped when they started. I still remember the first time I saw a pair of Yeezys in the wild, dude, and I was geeking out, sitting in the library at school like doing homework, and this dude just walks in wearing a pair of Pirate Blacks, and I was like, "Oh my God, there they are."
Those were the days.
Man, because you never saw them, and if you saw them, it was just like, man, I thought they were so cool. Never got a pair.
Shout out to I got to shout out this kid I went to high school with. His name is Isaac Baston. He runs for some college. He's an insane runner. Like 4-minute mile, like setting national records and stuff. He's a beast. But he in high school, he was like one of the only kids in Buffalo, at least where I went to high school, Buffalo, Minnesota. There was kind of like an outdoorsy town, like in the country, so it wasn't like super hip or anything. And Yeezys were kind of like, "Oh, you got Yeezys? Like, who do you think you are?" type of deal. And dude, he had every single new model. He had like the Pirate Blacks, he had the Turtle Doves, he had the high boots. And at the time, I was like, shoes? What? I wasn't into shoes at all. Like, I was in high school, I couldn't afford them at all, and it was like, oh, they're cool, but like, and then now looking back, it's like, man, he had all the OGs. So I have shout him out. Shout out Isaac. I know he's not listening, but I mean, that was like, he had them all when they were first like starting. So I think he still got them too. But yeah, I mean, we need to get back to like Yeezy era, or we could talk. We're going to be talking about this every episode forever until it happens. But
we'll speak it into existence. It's bound to happen eventually. Yeah. But
maybe this next shoe could be that. Maybe. Could this be the next big shoe? I don't know.
I really hope so.
We're going to be talking about the Fear of God Adidas line. It's different. It's Adidas. I think this might resurrect Adidas a little bit after the whole Kanye fiasco. This will help them a ton because these are super wearable pairs that I could see a lot of people wearing. What do we have retail price? There's a lot of different models. We don't really know exactly what models are dropping. Like, there's
that pair I think is really cool.
High top. There's a mid. There's like a whole bunch of different silhouettes. So I'm curious on what's actually dropping. But if retail's like reasonable, which it's probably not going to be since it's Fear of God,
those lows. I don't know what it is, man. I think those are so sick. The ones up top.
The leather isn't. These are the ones that I want right here.
Yeah.
This white pair.
It's just a super sick take on like original classic Adidas silhouettes, reworking them, adding just a dab of luxury. Obviously, the materials are going to be amazing.
Adidas
those I think are sick, dude.
Yeah,
those I think are so sick. I don't think I could pull it off. That's giving me like hella Yeezy like original vibes. What were the original Yeezys? Like I don't even know what those were called. The high top ones. Maybe? Yeah, I would think it was the 750s, but it's definitely giving me that vibe. But I mean, it's Jerry Lorenzo. He's definitely incorporating a lot of his essentials, like color palette, into these shoes. But those are probably my favorite right now. It's like his basketball line is just looking sick. This pair we're looking at, it's got like a cream toe box with black on the rest of the shoe for the upper with like a 3-stripe cage going across it. I'm like, man, it's cool. It's different. I like 'em. That's what I needed. Something different. But hopefully, honestly, I mean, like in my opinion, I hope they don't take off so I can get some pairs. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of hype behind them.
Clearance shoes. What are we talking about?
That would be sick. Yeah, these are actually trash. If you even think these are cool, you have terrible taste. So
do not buy these. These are terrible.
Oh, man. Do you have any prediction? Okay, so for this pair right there, the basketball shoe, what do you think those are going to retail for if you had to guess? And when they announce, we'll go back. 230.
230.
That's about what I was saying. I
For
wouldn't
this
be
model, because we've seen multiple colors of this model, and I think this is actually going to be one that drops.
the only reason I think it's going to be more is when you look at like Adidas, like Yeezy 700s retailing at like 300, and with Fear of God being like a luxury brand, I'm like, I feel like they're going to start at 300, and I don't like that, but it also seems
300
reasonable.
is getting up there.
It is. I feel like for the low tops, like the leather pairs, probably we could see them at like 2 to 230, because it looks like it's going to be a much higher quality.
You're not, but
Same.
you're probably right.
It's going to break my heart, but you know, we'll see in the next few months when they start to roll out. But it's definitely on the list. Got to get at least one just to try them. You think they're going to have Boost?
I don't think so. I think Adidas will maybe finally try to get away from it. They maybe have something new because we're not seeing a lot of soles on these photos.
Yeah. That's the only reason. Like with this pair,
I would be surprised.
Like that, at least that model, like those definitely don't look like they have Boost. But a lot of Yeezys, you look at them, they don't look like they have Boost. But the basketball pair,
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a single photo of the underside of any of these. So
I'm interested, curious.
but,
So we'll see.
yeah,
But
something to look
I'm
out
excited for it. Take us on to the next topic, Charlie. Take us away.
All right, so we got two more things we're going to talk about. First, this wasn't on the docket, but we pulled it up, and I thought it was really interesting. Good man LaMelo Ball is dropping an interesting concept. So this pair of sneakers is releasing as an NFT first. So we've seen NFTs. NFTs have kind of died off a little bit, but LaMelo is coming out with his MB3, the Gutter Mellow. Colorway is crazy, by the way. I would wear the hell out of these. I mean, these are so cool looking. On the court, this would be crazy. They're kind of
They remind me of those Hirachis that came out over the summer, I think last year.
Yeah.
With the weather map. Kind of sick.
Yup. So these are actually releasing as an NFT first, like I said. So what's going to happen is I'm going to read this here, starting on Thursday, June 29th, enthusiasts, I don't know if there's any LaMelo Ball enthusiasts out there, but we'll be able to purchase the Gutter Mellow NFT on OpenSea, which is a popular platform for NFTs. The purchase can be made with Ethereum or credit card or debit card, which interesting because that's like the whole thing with NFTs is like
that is weird.
I don't know. But once you get that, you can use it as a pass to claim the tangible version. And the interesting part is there's a 1 month redemption period between July 18th and August 20th. And you can redeem your code or whatever your NFT for the pair of shoes. And once that period's up, you cannot do it anymore. Sorry, I sneezed there. And so it's interesting. So there's going to be a little bit of a limited factor, which I like because it's like this is a defined limited factor. It's not like, oh, these might be limited. These are never going to release again because they're doing this whole thing with it. The OpenSea's tickets are priced at $175, which is a lot for a Puma. These are usually about $110, $120. So they're definitely more expensive. Cool colorway. You're getting an NFT worth it with it. Which I don't know if the NFTs have any value besides just being a token to get the shoes. Like sometimes NFTs go up in price, or like you can use it to display it or something interesting. So I don't think there's anything like that. But what are your thoughts on this concept? Could this concept remove sneaker bots?
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. That is an interesting point of view. I honestly don't know. I feel like it's cool, but I feel like it's also alienating. I mean, I'm not super huge on him, but I do feel like he has a younger audience that are like super fans for him
100%.
that are all like, buying his shoes at the retail store. So I feel like it kind of alienates them from the process. And maybe it doesn't. Maybe like the whole NFT thing is easier than I think it is. In my head, it just seems like
Well, that
a
might
lot
be
of
the market
hurdles.
that's in NFTs right now.
That's true too. So I think it's a super cool approach. And obviously, like, I mean, it's just for this one colorway. Like, it's not like every silhouette or every colorway is going to be NFT'd out. Maybe it is, but I can't see that working out. But, you know, I think it's cool. Oh, it says rare on the bottom. That's
It's a cool
cool.
shoe. I mean, there's a
Colorway
lot of
is
really
sick.
like it's
Colorway is
unique,
sick. Design is sick. I think the
and
rollout's
you could
super
do that
cool.
because it's a basketball shoe.
Exactly. And I mean, it just stirs up conversation. Definitely puts the updated silhouette on the map. But I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm not like super into basketball shoes, but a lot of his more recent colorways of, I guess it's the two, because these are the threes, right?
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So the twos that have been sitting in retail stores, like the Jade pair, the cream pair with the black that just released, like they look sick. As far as basketball shoes go, like the designs have definitely been up there. So I don't know.
Shout
I'm
out to the
excited to
Puma team
see.
because the designs on these are
Killing it.
really good.
Killing it, dude. I need them to reach out to
So
me. I need that Puma plug one day.
yeah, really.
I'm gonna look into that after this call. Find some contacts with my computer software, but we'll see. Huh.
All right, so I got one more. We're gonna talk about two kind of one.
Do it.
So we're getting airships have been all the rage lately. We had the blue, the every games. We've talked about those intensely over the last few episodes. We also are getting the tech grays, which are coming out June 7th. I actually have a pair coming. I guess they're coming tomorrow because they released tomorrow, but I got them on Goat early.
Let's go.
I guess I didn't even get them early because they released tomorrow. But cool colorway. But we're also getting a new Awake NY Nike airships. We
What?
saw kind of some leaks of these. I'm gonna try to describe it. So it's an all white upper. The swoosh has an underlayer of red on one of them and an underlayer of blue on the other. The right shoe is blue mainly. The right shoe is mainly red. The left is blue. There's a Wings logo on the top portion, which is interesting. We haven't seen
I
that
didn't
on
even
any
catch that.
airships.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it really well in one photo.
Oh wow.
Midsole sail, gum outsole. The Wings logo looks like it's painted. There's even a little silver Jordan like hang tag. If you haven't seen these, definitely look them up. And then there's like an embroidered, or not an embroidered, imprinted A near the toe box, like where like a mini swoosh would go, where we saw on the bike airs. So yeah, I mean if you're into airships, you gotta love some collabs coming because I love
I'm
airship.
here
I think
for
they're
it,
cool. I
man.
got my yellow pair. I got another pair coming tomorrow. I really got to get the every games. That's one silhouette that's new, but it's old. That like there's history behind it. It was the Jordan 1 before the Jordan 1. He wore these in his first game, like Jordan did, and like this was the prototype for the Jordan 1. And I like them. I think they're cool. They're a little bit different than a Jordan 1, but they still are kind of mainstream where they work. We're
They
getting some
fit the
kind of different
profile.
colors.
It's not like stepping out of your comfort zone wearing these.
They're
It's like,
very
oh,
simple. There's some
yeah,
great simple colorways.
that's what I needed, dude.
Yep.
What are your
So
thoughts on Jordan Brand taking over this silhouette? Because originally, I mean, it wasn't supposed to be a Jordan Brand model, and then I think very recently they announced like, okay, these are Jordans now. They're not just Nike. These are Jordans. You think moving forward we're going to see that Wings logo on the side?
I hope not because I don't like it. But
Same.
I think, I mean, they have been called the airship. So, and the air came from Jordan, which we saw in the Air movie.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't seen the Wings logo on the other ones. Like my yellow pair is not like there's no Jordan branding on it. So I hope there isn't a Wings logo. I do like the thicker collar on
Mm-hmm.
these. It looks thicker on these. The other ones we've seen are with suede and stuff. But I don't. Do you like the Wings logo? I'm not a fan of it.
I don't like it. I just think it takes away from that. Like, I mean, I guess still vintage, but it just looks more classic without it, especially on this model. But
I agree.
that's just me. I don't know.
I agree.
I'm really excited to see what they do moving forward. I just hope. I mean, it's inevitable, but I hope they don't kill it and just flood the market with colorways. I would prefer if they keep it, just predominantly like, solid color on the base with accent color on the swoosh and collar. That's all I want. I don't want you to murder it out.
Simple.
It's what we need. It's what the people want, Nike or Jordan. Don't mess it up.
We do. Both.
Cool. Well, that's all we had.
That was a good
I
one.
believe. I'm looking through.
That was a good one.
That's it. I had fun. Let us know what you guys think about this new format too. I'm loving it. It just makes it more easier for us to talk.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Having fun. But till next time. I'm your host, Seth.
I'm Charlie. We'll catch you later.
See you next week. Peace.